In Vendor Master Creations, I am going to explain each and every field detailedly. So the first one, general data. Under the general data, the first section is address. In address, the first field is title. In title, we have four options like company, Mr., Miss and Mrs. If we are implementing SAP for limited or private limited companies, then the title we need to use company. Or if you are implementing SAP for small scale industries like a single owner, we used to call as proprietorship, then we can use the title as Mr. or Miss or Mrs. The next field, name of the vendor. You can enter the client vendor name, and if you have any additional name, you can enter in name 2, name 3 and name 4 field. So the next one, solution. Here you can define individual solutions in letters. These can be used in place of a generated solutions as required. You have to adapt the relevant print programs accordingly. Example, a print program uses dear sir or madam as the solution. Alternatively, you can define the solution with a particular business partner as being dear friends and adapt the print program to copy the solution field if it is not blank. So usage, the solution controls how print program fill the line for a solution in a letter. Dependencies, you can define solution in customizing for SAP business partner for financial services under define solutions. In addition to the default settings, you can also use the processing mode for the business partner to store your own solutions. You can then use this instead of an automatically generate solutions to suit your requirements. You will also need to adjust your program accordingly. Example, you want to use solution 1 dear Mrs. for female business partners belong to the category natural person. The next field, search term 1 and 2. Use denotes the term that you define for a business partner and via which you can restrict the search for a business partner in the business partner search or in the locator. So the next field, VIP and undesirable customer. So the business partner is VIP, then undesirable customer indicates that a business relationship with the customer is not desired. Example, a warrant of arrest has been issued against this customer. So then the reasons for undesirability. You can define reasons for the undesirability of the business partner in customizing for the SAP business partner for financial services under the settings for financial services, general settings, basic settings, and then define undesirable customer informations. So then comment on undesirability. You can enter the commands for undesirability in the sections. So then street address, you can enter the client original address informations, street name, house number, postal code, city, country and region. Region is nothing but state. So the next one, PO box. PO box number as part of an address. Only enter the PO box number in this field. The text PO box is provided in the recipient language by the system when you print the address. When you print an address, the street address and the PO box address are distinguished. The print program determines which of them has priority if both are maintained in an address record. Besides the PO box number, the PO box address uses the following field: PO box postal code if specified, otherwise the normal postal code; PO box region if specified, otherwise the normal region; PO box country if specified, otherwise normal country. In the address is a PO box, do not fill the PO box field. Select the PO box without number indicator instead. You can also enter a company postal code for organizational address instead of a PO box. A separate field is predefined for this entry. Note: for general informations and examples about address formatting, see the documentations on the address structure key. So the next field is postal code. Postal code that is required for a unique assignment of the PO box. Usage: this field is used for countries where a different postal code applies to mail that is sent to the PO box rather than to the street address of a particular business partner. Postal codes for group major customers also have to be entered in the field for the PO box postal code. Since individual customers with a shared postal code for group major customers are differentiated by means of the PO box postal code for major customers, however, are assigned to one customer, only one have to be entered in the field company postal code. So the next field is company postal code. Postal code that is assigned directly to one company. Usage: this field is used for countries where major companies are assigned their own postal code by the National Post Office. This postal code has to be entered in the field company postal code. Postal codes for group major customers, however, have to be entered in the field PO box postal code. Since individual customers with a shared postal code for group major customers are differentiated by means of their PO box. So the next field, language. So based on the SAP implementation project, based on the country official language, we can select the language. For example, if you are implementing SAP for Indian company or US based company, so then we can go with language English. If we are implementing SAP for Japanese companies or Korean companies or Chinese company, then we need to implement SAP for their own languages. We used to call as mother language, because they still used their mother language as the official language. So based on the requirement, we can choose the language. The next field, telephone. Telephone number consisting a dialing code and number, but without the country code. If the telephone number consists of a company number and an extension, the extension must be entered in the field extension. Usage: telephone number as it must be dialed from within the country. This is the example. For the number 012345/567-0, enter the following telephone number and extension 0. Second case extension 544, third case extension 588. So the next field, mobile phone. Mobile telephone number consisting of dialing code and number but without country code. Usage: mobile telephone number as it is to be dialed from the same country. Procedure: enter the mobile telephone number. The following rules apply for the formatting of mobile phone number. The length of input in field mobile telephone can be maximum of 24 characters. Leading blank characters are not permitted in field mobile phone. The following are recognized as valid characters from digit 0 to 9 and letters A to Z, and the special characters and blanks but not as leading characters. If A plus is entered as the first character, the system checks whether the specified number start with a country code. If it does, a warning is output because the country code is determined automatically by the system and is not to be stored in the field mobile telephone number. So the next one, fax number. Fax number consisting of dialing code and number but without country dialing code. If the fax number consists of a company number and an extension, the extension must be entered in the field extension. Usage, fax number as it is to be dialed from within the same country. So procedure, enter the fax number, the following rules applying for the format of telephone and fax number. The length of the entered in the field telephone and extension. Fax and extensions cannot be more than 24 character in total. Leading space are not allowed in the field telephone or fax or in the field extensions. So the valid characters are numbers from 0 to 9, letters from A to Z. So then email, internet mail address also called email address. Example, user.name@company.com. The internal mail address is used to send mail via the internet worldwide. So the protocol used in SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. The internet mail address format is specified in various RFCs. RFC is nothing but internet request for command, including RFCs 821 and 822. So this is not an IP address. You can enter some data as a command in the command field. Then address valid from and address valid to. Valid from date of a business partner address. Validity end of a business partner address. So the next one, external address number. Address number is an external system's address number from an external system or a legacy system. Usage, if the current address has a different number in an external system, you can save this number here for information purposes. In direct input, you are able to maintain an address for your business partner by starting the external address number. If your business partner data is maintained in a legacy system, you can thus transmit changes to a BP address to the SAP system without having to know the SAP address number in the legacy system. So then the address overview. So you can see the entire informations about the address sections like a standard address, address for correspondence, home address, business address and holiday home address.